The UFC White House card is upon us. Possibly the strangest thing that could have ever been imagined up, but it's here. It's pretty
Finally
surreal.
here.
Um,
I
no,
can't
we
wait for
got
the press conference.
it's pretty surreal. That's a real knee slapper right there. You know, you're not gonna get that on other channels, you know. But this card is really weird. Like I feel like this is some South Park kind of stuff. Like this
Oh,
is the
it
stuff that they
is
would
for
make
sure.
fun of Trump for. Like this is that stuff that's so surreal that it's hard to make like good comedy anymore because how are you even gonna make fun of stuff when shit like this is happening? But
We
it's
good?
pretty crazy. Yeah, my speaker just like went weird for a second. But you can still hear me and everything, right?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. First fight of the night, we got Diego Lopez versus Steve Garcia. This is a very professional channel, you know. We're gonna leave that in too. I'm not editing that out at all.
No, no, of
Um,
course not.
Diego
Bro, I'm
Lopez,
laughing at the
Steve
official
Garcia.
picture of Garcia, dude. Why does he look like
Wait, I
that?
need to expand it. I need to see his whole body. Bro, he looked like Morty. He looked like Morty. Oh my God, he looked like Morty, bro. He low-key like, you know, like the adult Morty. Have you ever seen Rick and Morty, bro?
Oh, no, I haven't seen it.
Bro
I'm
hasn't
missing
seen.
the reference.
He low-key looks like if Rick just like made Morty huge in a fighter. He's literally just like, I don't know. He's a specimen, this guy. He's somehow 6 feet tall. Like when you look at Diego
75-inch reach.
Lopez, when you look at Diego Lopez, like he's 5'11". But like you can see
Yeah,
how he's a 5'11" featherweight. Like he's really
yeah.
thin legs, really like he's a very thin fighter. This guy, like this photo, I don't even feel like it really does it justice. He
Bro,
looks
his
more fit in
arms
this
are
photo
so like
than he normally does, but his arms
just
are,
like the way he throws, dude. He like throws like hooks like that, like from
yeah,
his
he kind of
hips.
almost throws like a Michael Morales a little bit.
Yeah, this
Um,
mutant build.
he's gonna make it interesting here. I'm gonna throw out what I think is gonna happen in this fight. I do think Steve Garcia is gonna look really good. I think for every like two or three shots that Steve Garcia lands, Diego Lopez will land like one. And I think Steve Garcia is gonna have, you know, good footwork coming out, and he's gonna be able to find some angles. He's got really good volume with his striking, a really good jab, but I think the problem is Diego just needs to find a couple good shots in this fight, and then I think he's going to be able to start a sequence that's going to end it. I think once he smells blood in this fight, it's going to be very easy for him to get it done. We've seen Steve Garcia hurt by some lesser opponents that are not Diego Lopez. Um, I don't think this is going to be the end for Steve Garcia. I more see this as a tough matchup, kind of like a Sean Strickland versus Anthony Hernandez, where like it's going to be really hard for Steve Garcia to get a finish against Diego Lopez, and that's kind of his entire fighting style. And Diego Lopez's best trait is if you want to make it a big firefight, then he's going to be able to counter you. The reason why Volk, I think, is able to win the fights against Diego, he's a little bit more technical. He doesn't really want to make it a firefight. Whereas a Gene Silva,
No,
Steve Garcia, they want to go that out there and make it mean. You know what I mean? Uh,
the mean
I think that's
machine.
the same reason it might be yeah, it might be tough, bro. Like I love Kevin Vallejos. Kevin Vallejos versus Diego Lopez would be a tough matchup. Just because how much of a blockhead this dude is. And if you're really aggressive, I think he can counter you. And I just
Yeah.
think he's gonna be able to be really aggressive after finding the shot that hurts Steve. And I just don't feel that Steve is gonna be able to recover like some of his other fights. Um, I think Diego Lopez will be able to use his grappling to hold him and land big shots. Um, and yeah, I'm gonna go Diego Lopez by second round KO.
Yeah, I mean, I think similar to you. I think this the first round of this fight's gonna be sick, gonna be a slugfest. Both these guys are gonna rock each other, hurt each other with a lot of shots. I think round two, Lopez is gonna start to turn it up a little bit, kind of like he did against Silva. And Garcia, I think maybe he gets caught with a check hook or an uppercut on an entry, gets hurt. Lopez follows him to the ground, lands some ground and pound, and then I think he'll jump on the back and go for a club and sub. I'll go Lopez. second round submission.
I could see that. I could see that. That would be a good look for Steve Garcia, honestly.
I'm picking sub just to be a little, just to be different, but I could see it happening.
Yeah, I could see that. All right. We got Bo frickin' Nickel versus Darce Knight. We ride at dawn for Kyle Dawkins, dude. I don't care. I don't care.
Hey, I'm rooting for him, but I don't think it's happening. I don't know, like I just can't picture it in my head.
The same reason I'm picking Diego Lopez is the same reason I'm picking Kyle Dawkins. I just feel like the matchup here is not good for Bo Nickel. I feel like Kyle Dawkins, he's a big grappling base fighter. Literally the last time we saw him fight a tall grappler, Rainier DeRitter, he got fucking bombed out with a knee.
I don't know about palm out. He got
Bombed
shin to
out
the
with a knee.
body.
Absolutely bombed out with a knee as he was trying to chuck an overhand, leaning all the way over like a rookie. Um, yeah, kid's a freaking rookie, dude. Hamzat, bro. Kid's a freaking rookie. Let's just not forget about how crazy Bo Nickel was talking in the days coming up. Um,
Oh yeah,
I
I
think
know.
Kyle Dawkins, I think he's a very similar archetype to RDR. He's experienced. He has some pretty good power here and there. I wouldn't say his striking is like fully complete, but he's always looked pretty good technically. I feel like his defense is a lot better than RDR's. He's just not really had the power up until a couple fights ago. I don't think his kicks or knees are as good as RDR's, but like I do think he's going to be able to hurt Nickel with his right hand. And the same thing is I don't think Nickel is going to be able to hold him down very well. We saw in the RDR fight that if Bo Nickel's going up against a really tall fighter, it can be hard for him to get a takedown up against the fence. Can just the other fighter can just kind of stall out with overs. I think Kyle Dawkins is going to be able to find some good moments in this fight. I'm going to go with Kyle Dawkins by decision.
I'm gonna pick the. All right, hear me out. I don't think you're gonna like this take, but I think Bo Nickel is gonna outstrike Kyle Dawkins for the most part. I
I
think
think it's possible.
Dawkins' striking, I feel like, is a little over gas. He's only spent like in this return run or whatever. He spent like 2 minutes in the cage against a very diminished version of Michelle Pereira, who went to a split decision with Zach Reese, and then 2025 GM3, who, as much as we love GM3 around here, like, come on, what are we doing?
I would just say that,
Like,
I mean, Kyle Dawkins gave you everything that you wanted in those fights. Like, what more can you ask of him than to knock them out in like 30 seconds? Where Nickel,
yeah, no,
you gave him
but
Paul Craig for him to dominate Paul Craig, and he went out there and freaking walk-off decisioned him, man.
I'm
I
saying
just
like
haven't
on a
seen anything out of Bo Nickel in the UFC that I'm like, wow, Bo Nickel, man, he's here. Whereas Kyle Dawkins, I've seen some interesting highlights lately.
yeah,
This
yeah.
guy's looking big for the division. Bo looks kind of small for this division. I think he's gonna struggle against this guy who's bigger, got a grappling base. It's just my opinion. I don't think all the
All right, but
favorites
listen,
can win on this card, you know?
on a technical level, I think Bo's striking will be improving a lot more rapidly than Dawkins. And I don't think like Dawkins is gonna like out control him or sub him or anything. So that's why I'm going with Nick. Like his striking definitely looked improved in his last fight. I think he's gonna look improved on the feet, use the jabs, body kicks, leg kicks. Of course, the classic overhand, maybe throw a few head kicks in there. I think it'll be a competitive fight, mostly on the feet, and I think it'll go Nichols' way by a close decision.
Dude, people forget, man. When Bo Nickel did a grappling match with Gordon Ryan, leg locks were banned, bro. Kyle Dawkins by leg lock, bro.
No, bro. Nah.
All right. This one, me and Mel are not gonna argue. Bro, why is Michael Chandler low-key trying to look like Ilia with this hair right here, bro? Why is he slicking it back, bro? Why is Unk slicking it back, dog? He saw Ilia slick it back and he's like, you know what? That looks cool. You know what? Michael Chandler low-key looks like he would talk
Every fight
in
week,
like an
this dude.
old, like, what's that accent for like how old Americans used to talk? Like cross Atlantic or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Bro, he looks like he would have that accent where he's like, take a look, see? Like I don't know, bro. Michael
This dude,
Chandler's gonna look goofy as hell in this fight. Um,
this dude shows up every fight looking insanely jacked, and then just like goes out there like and just does the dumbest thing you can possibly imagine.
The way I see this fight going, I think Chandler's gonna shoot really early, but make
You
it
think he's gonna
really
shoot?
exceedingly obvious, and it's gonna get stuffed. And then
Rufy has good reversals. Like Rufy has good reversals. I'm
I don't
saying.
I think like it's gonna be like Chandler tries to back him up against the fence, and then they just get clinched, and then Rufy pushes him away with like 15 seconds into the fight, like a very brief grappling
Yeah,
exchange. And then I think Chandler is just gonna kind of keep trying to crash in. Rufy's gonna be content staying against the fence. We see this in his fights, and I think this is something
yeah.
I'm
Like
honestly a
against
little
Fiziev.
bit guilty of criticizing him a little bit too much for, is standing around the fence because he actually does really good work hanging around there and baiting his opponents into big shots.
He's
His
a counter
opponents try to
striker.
lunge in while he's against the fence, and then they get clipped. And I see the same thing happening to Michael Chandler. He's gonna try to get into the clinch and land big shots to try to get into the clinch. Rufy's gonna keep hurting him with straights down the middle, and I think Rufy's gonna get a first round KO with his hand.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like a fadeaway right hand type of thing where Chandler's doing one of his really like he puts his head down and just runs in throwing overhands.
Best way I can describe Chandler is it's not even a punch. It's just this dude is constantly ducking, bro. He's
Yeah, he
in a
is.
nonstop state of ducking. So I could also see like a teep up the like a front kick up the middle or like a knee. I don't know. Rufy could
That'd be
low-key hurt him
crazy.
with whatever he wants. This is one of those fights where like almost like the Bobby Green one where I could see Rufy just trying to trick shot his opponent on some
Yeah, I could
funny
see that
shit.
too.
Um, but up the card. Wait, what was your did you say round one?
Yeah, Ruby round one
All right.
KO.
Hokit versus Lewis. Um, Dog, I'm not gonna lie. If Lewis somehow bombs out Hokit, I'm throwing something at my TV. Because
Yeah,
he
I'll
can't
do it with
keep
you.
getting away with this.
It's not happening.
It's not gonna
Hokit's too
happen.
fast.
He doesn't like, I don't think Hokit's gonna allow him to exchange with him. And like Taliesin
No,
Texiera has this big reach and he got bombed on, but that's because Taliesin Texiera
yeah.
is slow as hell.
Hokit said he's not going to brawl with him either.
No.
So,
He's gonna he's gonna
like, why would he?
he's gonna look to just bounce around with his footwork, make sure that Lewis can't return a big hook on him. Lewis is eventually gonna quit in this first round once he's getting hurt. I think his face is gonna get bloodied up with the jab. Hope
Yeah.
it round one KO. It might,
Hokit round one K.
it's probably gonna be a jab, bro. I think this is genuinely gonna add the jab. Same way
Hokit
the
round one
Waldo
K.
one.
I think either it'll be like a 15-piece combo against the fence, like where he starts backing him up and just like letting his hands go, and Lewis isn't responding at all, and then gets dropped, and then it's over. Or I think it could be ground and pound TKO. Like I think Hokit could use his hands to set up a takedown, get Lewis down, and he's got some nice ground and pound. We saw in the Contender Series that he's good at that, so I think he could finish Lewis with ground and pound as well. But
Yeah.
round one KO,
I mean, if he wanted to, he could just shoot a takedown and immediately submit him.
probably.
All right. We got Eamon Zahabi versus Sugar Sean O'Malley. Um, this is a really interesting fight. I'm kind of excited to see when they walk out, like the way Zahabi starts standing. Like the contrast in stances, I think is just gonna be really funny because Sean looks really calm when he fights, and Zahabi kind of lo always looks like he's like really anxious when he's fighting.
He's a little jitterbug.
Yeah, he's a jitterbug. I feel honestly, I just don't feel like I have this feeling Sean won't be able to get him out of there. Um, I feel like Zahabi's gonna be really tough in this fight, and I think he's gonna get dropped a few times, but for some reason, I just feel like it's gonna be a 30-27 decision. Masterclass here. I think it'll be enough big moments for Shug in this fight that it's not like as boring as the Yadong one because that one was kind of, only had a couple
All
big
right.
moments that won him the fight. I think this one, while it won't be a finish, will be about as decisive as a finish, even though I think it will go to the scorecards.
I'm gonna go round two TKO for Sean here. I think he's motivated to go chase a finish, like to prove that he still belongs, like in that title picture. Try and like fraud his way into another title shot past Marab or whatever. Aggressive. If he hurts Zahabi, I think he's gonna try and jump on him, look for a finish. I'll go round two TKO. I think he could hurt him with like a big knee and then follow.
Hmm.
I'll go
Yeah.
round two TKO.
I could definitely, I do see Zahabi getting dropped, so I definitely could see a KO here. All right. Alex Pereira versus Cyril Gahn. Now, I'm not sure why this has to say presented by crypto.com. I'm just seeing this now for the first time. Quoting Trump right there. Little Trump reference. But bro, Alex Pereira versus Cyril Gahn. If Cyril Gahn wins this, I'm also chucking my remote in my camera.
I'm sparking. I'm chinning you to the body.
I,
Like
I'm genuinely like breaking windows in my house, burning my boxing gloves, my shin guards, and like going home. I probably need to be watching this card at home with friends,
going home
and
from your
I'm gonna
house.
go home. Still, I will be at home and be like, guys, I need to go home, and I'm just gonna start walking. If that's what happens, I don't even want to see Ilia versus Gaethje if Alex Pereira loses this shit. I'm not watching it.
Where are you going? Where are you going? Home. Where's home?
Boom.
The White House. You know like the Peter Griffin.
Yeah. Nah, bro. I'm going straight Forrest Gump. I'm walking to Oregon if Alex Pereira loses this fight. I'm about to get like a big backpack. I'm gonna have, a bunch of protein bars in there and stuff. I'm gonna just walk across the country and people are gonna be like, "Hey man, what's your story?" I'm gonna be like, "Alex Pereira, man." But seriously, I do think Alex Pereira is gonna be able to win this fight. I think what he's got to do here is come out with kicks heavy early. I think Gon does a really good job defending the hands with how much he moves. But when you move a lot, you leave yourself a little bit more susceptible to kicks, and it's the same thing with the way he keeps his hands. Keeps his hands very loose and out. So you can definitely kick him in the stomach with a front kick or with obviously a round kick. I think kicks to the head and kicks to the body are gonna be wide open for Pereira. Obviously, his
I
patent
think the
leg
body
kick would be
shots
there.
too, like that left hook to the body, I think will be open.
That's gonna be a really smart thing that he should start with. I think that's a good thing that he always does is open up to the body early. Gon doesn't really I mean a lot of heavyweights are pretty headhunty. So I think Gon's not gonna
Yeah.
get used to that. It's a pretty good strategy to do against someone who moves his head as much as Gon does. Um, I mean, he genuinely does have like a gorgeous body jab. Like I genuinely steal from that. Like he kind of fakes like he's gonna go down and then keeps his head up when he actually throws the body jab so that you're not expecting it. It's really cool. Um, and I think by the time the third or fourth round comes around, Alex Pereira is gonna be able to um really, destroy the movement of Cyril Gahn. Some kind of stuff that Joe Rogan would say, but I think it's true. I think the movement of Cyril Gahn's going to be a little bit comp a little bit hurt here, and I think his body is going to be weltering by the end of the fight. He's going to be a little bit tired. And I think Pereira's going to
Half
be
is
able to
done,
set up.
man.
That leg is done, dude.
I genuinely said that at 328 during a fight. I think it was the Volkov Waldo fight. I genuinely said that.
But I think he's gonna be able to set up the hands later in this fight. I don't think he's gonna be boxing that much early. Like I do think he's gonna be landing jabs to the body and maybe some hooks to the body early, but I think he's gonna come out pretty kick heavy. And I think eventually he's gonna get Gon kind of used to not having to worry about the hands up top, and then that's when he's gonna come with like a big overhand right or something like that. I could even see like a flying knee, bro.
That's
Flying knee,
crazy.
bruh.
But
Flying knee, bruh. I'm gonna go round four KO for Pereira.
I'm gonna go round three KO. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if I was going purely off like, you know, what the tape study tells me, whatever, like stylistic matchup, I'd probably pick Cyril Gahn to win by decision. But how many times have we seen Cyril Gahn fail under the bright lights?
Twice,
Against Francis Ngannou, he
three
gets
times.
blobbed. John Jones, he gets dominated. And then Tom Aspinall pokes him in the eye. Like,
Hmm. Wait, four times, because I would also count Volkov, because he low-key lost that too
yeah,
in
that's
the main
a good
event.
point. Like, I just don't trust that Cyril Gahn is going to be a guy that shows up in a big moment over Alex Pereira. Like, how many times has Alex Pereira come through in moments like these, and how many times has Cyril Gahn come through in moments like these? I think I'm going beyond the MMA like analysis here. This is a hope pick too, but I'm going to Alex Pereira round three KO.
Yeah. Like I am gonna stand on that. If he loses, I'll probably just go for a walk, 10-mile walk or something like that.
Yeah,
All right, Ilia Topuria versus Justin Gaethje, bruh. I ain't gonna hold you. Justin Gaethje needs some thunder. He needs some lightning. He needs a tornado in the octagon, dog. He just ain't gonna win this. I
yeah,
don't
no.
see how you can possibly pick Gaethje in this fight. People are like, bro, Gaethje hits hard, man. Oliveira hits harder. And Oliveira kind of
No,
clean.
I don't think so.
Yeah, he does.
Really?
Have you seen Oliveira versus Gaethje?
I mean, yeah,
He
but
sent him flying.
that's true. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's pretty close,
And
probably.
he KO'd Michael Chandler.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, yeah, if Justin Gaethje wins this fight, you'll see me bald.
Yeah, yeah.
You'll
Weller is shaving his
you'll
head
see
if
you'll
Gaethje
see my
loses,
head.
by the way.
Okay, like a buzz, but you know,
No, he's going full alcohol bald.
no,
Like
I'm not doing that.
shiny
But
head bald. Like sun glistening off the head bald.
I'll slick my hair back like Ilya. Like,
Yeah. Ilia Topuria is just putting all his points into aura farming at this point, dude.
he looks like a villain.
Like,
Yeah, Justin,
I
it's
wouldn't
over,
be
buddy.
surprised if he like does some like the weekend shit and ends up like in an acting role or something, and he's just like really bad. I can see this dude going into acting and just being terrible. I don't know why. Just being like, we have to go to the track. Ilia Topuria, future actor, bro.
Honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised.
He's gonna start acting in fucking Spanish films. He'd probably be better than that.
Yeah.
Probably sound
Well,
a lot
okay.
better.
Here's the bigger question. Will it be a golden Freddy or a chalk outline?
I think. See, what do you think? What do you think the method
Chalk
here
outline
is
is
gonna
like
be? Like,
they
what
go
do you
out
think?
cold.
How
Like,
do you think he's gonna hit him realistically? I feel like Gaethje. I heard Bedtime
right
MMA
hook as
talking
he's
about
coming
this, and
in.
I really agree with this. I
I think
think
it'll look like the
Gaethje.
Charles fight.
What?
I think it'll look like the Charles
The
KO.
Charles fight? I agree because I think what's
I'm
gonna
saying
happen
chalk
here.
outline.
I'm saying chalk outline as well because I think what's gonna happen here. I heard Bedtime MMA saying this. Like, I think Gaethje is gonna come out really movement heavy, like the Khabib fight, where he's gonna be like moving around a lot, being kind of like spammy with the leg kicks and the jab. And then I think eventually Ilya's just gonna like time one of his kicks with an overhand. Um, and then Justin Gaethje is just gonna go to sleep. I think it's gonna kind of look like it's gonna be another one of those like whoo kind of KOs where it just happens so quickly that you're kind of like you kind of miss it. Kind of with the
Yeah.
Charles Oliveira one where like it happens so quick. I see this kind of being like, Joshua Van versus Tyro where he's going for a leg kick, gets caught with a big overhand. I'm gonna
I
go
think it'll be
Ilia
one
Topuria,
shot.
round one KO.
Ilya to round one KO. Yeah. I mean, just it's over,
Justin
buddy.
Gaethje might even fucking slip on Rain as he's throwing the leg kick, and then
You know,
Ilya will catch
I
him while
feel
he's midair.
I feel like chalk outline is low key my term. Like, I've never heard anybody else say
That's a
that.
good. I really do like that term.
Yeah, I know. I was talking about it today. I was like talking about like some chalk outline KOs. Like,
Because I
well, I was
think
talking
the
about
best, I also think the best example to expand in the chalk outline lore. I think the best chalk outline KO is when like they're in that laying down position and they're also like covering up. You know what I mean?
I don't
And
know.
like they're kind
No,
of getting just like bombed on.
see, I
Like,
picture RoboCop versus Jack Hermanson, like
uh-huh.
chalk outline, or like
Okay, okay.
CLD against Tulio, like that.
Yeah.
Like when
Yeah,
they're just like
yeah.
laid out on the canvas completely.
Yeah. I know what you mean. I think Gaethje's gonna go out bad here. This is gonna be tough.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think this is it for him
I'm not
too.
gonna lie, bro. Justin Gaethje got like crazy within the past 2 years. Like I don't know what this dude been on. He used to be like one of my favorite fighters. Now he turned into Justin Gaethje, pissing me
It's
off.
not that. I don't think it's that bad. I think he's just like he doesn't know any better. He's dumb.
Yeah, he is low key. Just it's just the way he is. This guy wouldn't be able to do anything besides fighting. Um,
No,
I think Ilya just is gonna be able to know what he wants in this fight. I think Gaethje is gonna come out really kick heavy and get countered on it.
yeah, like off a leg kick, just get like right hook bombed.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I could also
it's
see
over.
I could also see Ilya just like I don't know, like early on just pushing away Gaethje in like the clinch and then just landing a big combo. I don't know. I think Gaethje's gonna be so jittery here.
Yeah, I don't see a way where he wins this fight.
Yeah. If I wake up and it's Justin Gaethje champion and Ilia Topuria is like the number one lightweight contender, I'm genuinely like I'm gonna start looking at my walls like just trying to like you know how you can like technically like glitch through. We're getting so off topic here. That's
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like
but you know how you
theoretically,
can
you could
glitch through a wall
yeah,
theoretically?
yeah.
I'm genuinely gonna start trying that because I might be convinced I'm in the Matrix after this. Like if that happens, I'm in the simulation. Like uh anyway, that's the card. Um basically I think the real question here is under over 10 and a half Trump camera shots. I think it'll be
Over.
over easily. I think it'll be around
Yeah.
15. And
Get him on the mic, please. It'd be
yeah, if
so
anyone's
funny.
we won't normally, condone any betting, but if you can find that line on Polymarket, bet on it.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. See y'all.